Super Bowl 54, Robert Saleh was obviously the DC and Frisco. The two head coaches are the same. Mahomes and Kelsey obviously are there. Andy Reid. And then on the Niners side, you still, I think, Greenlaw, Armstead, Kittle. There's some people there still. Yeah. But Bailey, take us to that film. This is Frisco on offense. This is all second down, Big Matt. All second down. Please give the fan base here on what we're trying to accomplish on second down. And it's crazy. I broke down 10 second down plays for the Niners. That's kind of what I think you should get a tendency on. I broke down 10 of the plays, and it's very alarming on what they do. They come out in a lot of 21, move. A lot of 21 personnel come out in 11, displaying 11, and they do a lot of things like this. It's ironic when you break this thing down. It gets me back into coaching mode. But what do the Niners got to do to keep this Chiefs great defense off track here on early second downs? We'll do first down later. I just did second down because Frisco had so many first downs this Super Bowl, and they were up 11 points, as you know, late in this game, and kind of clucked this whole game off.
Yeah, they fucked it up.
Yeah, 2nd and 3 here. A lot of 21, a lot of movement, a lot of shifting. Debo was there still, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a ton of guys on.
Brad Warner was still there. A lot of the guys were still there.
Yeah.
Juszczyk, Warner, Trent Williams, like Kittle. They got dudes everywhere that played in this game. That's why it's so important for them and the legacy.
Chris Jones.
Look. The key to this game is Chris Jones. San Francisco needs to beat the shit out of 95. They need to double team him the whole game, and they need to run vertical. And if they can run the football with McCaffrey in this game the way I think they can, it limits opportunities for Kansas City. It turns into a time of possession game. It turns into a game that is all about, trying to convert third down and short and turn touchdowns rather than field goals. And I just think that Shanahan is going to learn a lot. Before this year's playoffs, they were 0-30 if he was down in the second half. And now they've won 2 games where they had to come back in the playoffs. So they're shedding a lot of the demons that they've had to deal with as well. And it's football and football karma is very, very it's very, how do I say this? Football karma is everywhere. So they got 4 years ago, San Francisco blew this, and Kansas City came back and won the football game. Well, now football karma has come around, okay, and you get another shot at them. And in order to get your ring, you have to go through the champs, a team that already beat you, in a repeat where you probably got a better roster, but they have the better quarterback. And there's a lot of things that are stacked against San Francisco, but also, I don't know, man, I love the way that they operate their offense, the movement, and all of the problems that they, put onto the defense. I'm sure Spagnuolo is going to have a great plan, but at some point, all of the offensive weapons, it's going to come down to, can Brock Purdy get the ball to everybody and be the ultimate game manager and facilitator in this contest? Because I don't need Brock Purdy running around with the ball in his hands. I need Debo and Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey and Kittle and Juszczyk and all these fucking freaks. I need them doing that. So, Garoppolo was missing plays in that game. And if they would have hit Emmanuel Sanders, they win that Super Bowl. So it's going to be on Purdy not to miss. And then Shanahan, so much of this is going to be on him being able to match Andy Reid. So can you match Andy Reid and the way that he manipulates formations with multiple tight ends, the way that, if you look, Mahomes and Brady are very similar, that their number one target is the middle of the field playing tight end with Kelsey and Gronkowski. I mean, there's not a lot of quarterbacks. Elway's main target was Shannon Sharp for a lot of years in the middle of the field, but with the exception of that, there's not a ton of quarterbacks that just the main target is the tight end.
And Matt, watching this film kind of gets me back in coaching mode, and I want to show some things that a lot of people will not ever understand. Nobody on Twitter, nobody on Instagram. You had to have coached a long, long time. Even some casual coaches probably won't understand this. I would bet my house they don't understand this. But Matt, I want to break this down with you because maybe you haven't seen this particular play unless you really watched this Super Bowl 4 years ago. They're in 12 personnel stinger. So you see Kelsey is on top of the screen in the big circle. Below the screen is Tyreek Hill on the ball, okay? So this is the old on the ball, tricky dicky that Andy Reid is why Andy Reid, in my opinion, is so great. Now, this is first down. We're in 12 personnel. I used to call this sting left slot. And then we're going to say yak. Yak is Y across for me, acronym-based motions. So he's going to yak across the formation here. Now, the key is he gets on the ball. So people don't watch this if they're casual fans. Travis Kelce's on the ball. What does that tell a defense that has to see this and say, oh, okay, somebody's ineligible right here? Either Tyreek Hill can't go vertical across the line of scrimmage or Travis Kelce can't go across the line of scrimmage. So is it a run? So guess what they do? Andy Reid gives run surface, gives run action. They run boot, and Kelce stays his ass behind the line of scrimmage because if he does go across the line of scrimmage, it's illegal. Yep. So people don't really break the shit down like this, and I think this is genius shit that Andy Reid does. Matt, do you like this type of shit? And do the casual fans explain to them why this is the way it is?
Well, this is This is what I was talking about, manipulating the formation with your personnel. So everybody sees Kelce move. The defense, doesn't overreact to it, I guess. They stay in the same look in this zone, like they just flex out of it, I guess. But to the fan, this is like, oh, Kelce's on the move. Is he going to run a flat route, yada, yada? No, he's staying in the max protect. And that tight end scissor look at the top of the screen when he moves right off the second leverage here, he's staying in the max protect and close the back. And then, Mahomes is out of the pocket and out here in the flat, and it's an easy throw and completion. My question would be, how many of the 49ers actually know that Kelce can't catch the football? If that's Greenlaw or Warner right there, they sure do look like they're staying in to fucking cover 87 there at the end of the line of scrimmage. When you hit play, exactly.
Hey, Matt, look at Kelce get behind the line of scrimmage, which is key to this play. A lot of people don't realize he has to stay, Big Smitty, behind the line of scrimmage in the protection. Like, he cannot go ahead of the line of scrimmage at all. He can't take a step across the ball. So watch Kelce smart enough to understand. See him peel back and get behind Mahomes? He has to in this situation because that is illegal. That ball cannot be thrown across the line of scrimmage to Tyreek Hill right here. So little things like this Andy Reid will do. And if you guys want any of this great breakdown stuff, head on over to Patreon, and I'll be having this whole breakdown down on this whole week.